Hey everyone. So I just wanted to say hi and come on here a little different, fresh-faced. I literally have self-tanner on and it's a little dark right now. I have to shower it off in a little bit. But I wanted to just sit down and talk to you guys a little bit. I have some life changes that have been going on, and if you follow me on Instagram or you follow my podcast I have with my roommate Julia, it's called We're the Ladies. We have talked about it on there, but I've had a few changes in my life, emotionally, mentally, physically, and I just thought I would come on to YouTube and kind of explain it here because I've talked about it on my other platforms with like Instagram and the podcast. But it's all so exciting and positive, and I got such amazing feedback through everything else when I was explaining what was going on. So many of you guys were very open and amazing and honest, and shared that you had similar problems and you were on a similar like path or like change yourself. So I just thought it'd be amazing to kind of bring it onto YouTube as well because it was such a positive experience for everyone else. So long story short, it's been about a month to the day, a little over a month, and essentially, very long story short, a couple of my very closest best friends sat me down one Sunday night and pretty much came to me initially out of concern. They were worried that I was not doing well, like overall. They had seen on their own, separately, never really talking about it, but certain changes from me specifically over the last like year that they were kind of nervous about. And I think literally one night kind of all said the same thing, and they were like, wait, I've been feeling that too. Oh, I've been feeling that too. Oh, I've been feeling that too. So they decided to sit me down and talk to me and just kind of check in and see how I was. A few things that they kind of had a red flag about was just my overall energy. You guys, if you've watched me for a long time, and I don't think you necessarily would have seen a difference because I'll talk about this more, but I think I kind of hid how I was off camera when I was on camera, and I've seemed pretty consistent in myself and happy and energetic. And that's who I really am to my core, but I think I lost that in the last year or two, but kept it for like YouTube or kept it for Instagram, and it wasn't always the case like off screen or offline or whatever. So yeah, a couple things that they talked to me about were my energy levels, me kind of never having a lot of energy to do a lot of stuff, whether that means going out on the weekends and like hanging out, not even like drinking. Like I just really didn't have the desire or the want to go out and like socialize as much anymore. And that's not to say that like that is something that that can change, and that's not a bad thing. If you just start growing out of a phase of wanting to go out all the time, there's nothing wrong with that. I think it was startling because I've never been like that. Like I've always enjoyed socializing. I love talking to people. I love connecting with people. I love being out and socializing with other people. So that's always been something that's been very much me. So when they noticed that switch, it kind of like raised a red flag. And then for a long time, there has been a struggle with my self-confidence. So I notice it all the time. I'm constantly in my head about it. I've talked about it on YouTube actually before, which is another reason why I really wanted to come on here and explain all of this, because I've opened up before about self-confidence and comparing myself to others. I've talked a lot about like financial issues, but like self-image issues as well. And I think I was in such a negative headspace about how I feel about my body, and so much so that I didn't even want to like fix it. Like I was so complacent and so content with hating my body and not feeling confident that I didn't even want to go to the gym and try to fix it. So that was another thing that they really noticed. They, at any given time would ask me like, hey, do you want to go to the gym with me? Like, let's go to the gym. Like, we're all going to the gym together. Do you guys want to come? Like, do you want to do this? And every single time I just said no, 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 almost to the point of like, no, stop asking me. I'm not gonna wanna go. I don't wanna go. I don't like working out. I don't like the gym. I don't wanna do any of it. Stop asking me. I'm never gonna wanna go. And that was how I reacted every single time it was brought up. And it, in my mind and on my end of it, I saw myself doing it, but it didn't feel like it was even as bad as it was sounding. Like I knew I had a negative like connotation to it. I didn't think it was like that bad. And that I think is really the stem and the root of like what my main issue was, is someone, I think my age, I'm 26, I'm a woman, I think exercise and like being healthy and taking care of your body is probably the most important thing, because it stems everything else. So it stems like your mental health, your emotional health, everything. It really was such a dark hole that I didn't realize I was in, and I was so comfortable feeling that I truly thought like I was never going to like fully love my body, or I was never going to like feel good in clothes, because that wasn't even in my future. Like it wasn't a thing that I could change. I was so in a dark hole with that. And I think it also affects other things like dating. I am really vulnerable when it comes to like dating, and I think that all again comes from not being super confident in my skin and in my body. And I don't want to put myself out there because I'm nervous for rejection, and I'm nervous for all the normal things, but it was like, I want this future of mine to look a certain way, meaning I want a family, I want to get married, I want to have kids, I want to have a great career, I want to feel good in clothes, I want to be confident in my body. And it's like, I can't get any of those things if I don't make changes. And I was refusing to make changes. So those were kind of all the pieces that were brought to me literally on a Sunday night, and it was super emotional. It was really hard to hear. I didn't necessarily fight back, because I think for the first time, when I was hearing so many people that I am so close with and respect so much, like being really serious, and they're all saying the same thing, it was like this wake-up call. And it was truly the easiest decision to just change. Like I don't know if it was just like it had gotten so bad and I realized it then, or hearing them all say it, or any reflection that I was doing that when I was hearing this information, but it was a very easy decision to like flip the switch and say, okay, I'm going to make these changes. And that was a month ago, and I am still working on stuff, but I think in my mind and like the way my goals and like what I'm trying to work towards have changed complete 180. I'm still working on stuff, so it's not like I'm like fixed and I'm better, but I've been going to the gym almost every day. I have seen results. I think I've lost some weight. I have better energy. I am trying to be more positive. I enjoy the gym, and if you guys follow me on Instagram, then you know I'm talking about it a lot, and I feel like it's this really cool thing because we're all like a team, and I get messages from you guys and you're like, I'm going to the gym too, like you can do it, girl, I'm gonna do it, like let's do it together. And it's this like awesome, really positive like journey that I feel like complete strangers understand and are on it together, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm in the best place I've been in a really long time. I think my friendships are stronger than they've ever been. I don't live with my family, and that's never been like my issue, but I think I just feel even closer with my parents and closer with my sister, and I'm happier at my job. I am working on my self-confidence, and I want to put myself out there when it comes to dating. I want to get a boyfriend, and I want to push myself in those boundaries because it's something that's uncomfortable for me, and I want all these things, and I'm seeing actual changes to get to those things, and it's so exciting. And I just kind of also wanted to put this out there, and we talked about this on the podcast a lot, but if you are hearing this story and you think you're like me, or you're hearing the story and you think you're like my friends, like, there is nothing wrong with like friend mental check-ins, because they didn't know. They actually came to me wondering if I was depressed. I was showing signs of such negativity and such just, yeah, like a negative attitude towards like life and everything. And the way I was arguing with them a lot more, and I took everything so negatively, and everything was a bad, like I thought everyone was picking on me, and I was like, it was just an unhealthy way to have a friendship. And I think it's so important to, if you notice those changes in a friend, to check in, because you don't know what they are going through. And, you know, I don't think I was depressed, but if I had continued on the way I did, and I continued to think about things the way I was, I don't know, I could have fallen into a depression of some sort, and that's scary. And the brain is such a powerful machine, and it is the engine of our life, you know, and our body. And if you don't check in with that and like make sure you're doing good and like taking care of yourself the best way you can possible, like, it's not gonna perform well. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of come here and tell you guys all of this. And I hope if you are feeling blue or you are feeling down, like, take this as an inspiration, take this as a sign that maybe you too do need to make some changes. And it's never a bad thing to try to improve yourself. I think it's so awesome. I am so freaking proud of myself. I have done so much more in the last 30 days, month in my life than I have in a really long time, and it feels awesome. And I just want you guys to know that life is really hard sometimes, and it still is something I have to push myself to like do, and I'm still making mistakes. I'm still catching myself looking at something negatively, and I'm still like not wanting to go to the gym every day, and I still want to do some of the things that I have been doing, but the more you make these changes, the easier it is to continue making the changes, if that makes sense. And like, you got this, and I got this, and I'm so excited to see what is in store. You know, I've got a really big year. My sister and my best friend are getting married. Not together, but they both are getting married, and I am so blessed to be the maid of honor in both, and I want to be my best self for them, and I want to be like the happiest I am during their happiest times. So I'm doing it for me, but I'm doing it for the people around me, because I know they want that for me, and I want to make them proud, and I want to give them the best version of myself because they deserve it. So yeah, that's what's been going on. I would love to continue this conversation. If you guys want to open up, if you want to be anonymous and not leave your name, or I don't know, write in the comments below. You can DM me, you can tweet me. I don't even know if Twitter's still a thing, but I would love to talk to you and hear your stories and make this, again, an open dialogue and an open forum for all of us to hear each other's stories, help each other out. I think there is never a shortage of people going through stuff, because life is hard, and at the end of the day, like, you have yourself, like, you truly have you, and if you are not in a good place with yourself, I don't think you can be in a great place for anyone else. So it all starts there, and I don't know if any of this made any sense. I hope it did. I hope you guys are doing well. I haven't really talked to you guys since London. And I just want to say thanks for sticking around. I know I am not the most consistent YouTuber. In fact, I am probably one of the worst when it comes to uploading consistently. But I love doing it, and I don't want to push myself to just make videos because I feel like I should make videos. I always want to have a video that I'm putting out there because it's something that I'm really inspired to do, or I want to talk to you guys about something, or I want to vlog a really fun weekend, and I'm not gonna do it just to do it. I want it to be something that I am passionate about and I put work behind, because I feel like you guys do deserve that. So a lot of you have stuck around for very inconsistent uploads, and I appreciate that so much, because this is so fun for me and it's a hobby and I really like it, and I love talking to you guys and I love reading your comments. You guys are so freaking nice to me. I know there's a lot of like hate out there, and like I watch YouTubers and I read their comments, and sometimes it's really hard and I feel bad, and you guys are so nice. And it's just amazing. You guys are like so sweet. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know if this made any sense. I kind of wanted to not write anything down and just come here and like, bleh, you know, and like blurt it out. And yeah, I hope it made sense though. Well, that's it for me. Leave comments below. Let's talk about this. And I do have a vlog coming soon. I'm going to combine a few days. I just vlogged yesterday, but it was only for one day. So I want to get a few more days of vlogging in, and then I will have another vlog for you guys soon. Very exciting couple months coming up. Extremely busy, extremely exciting though. A lot of stuff with the weddings, bachelorette parties, bridal showers, lots of travel. I am so excited. It's going to be an amazing summer, and I'm just so excited. I will see you guys very soon. Bye.